Hey guys, alrighty. What a wild day of movement. Yesterday we had the best opportunity, in my opinion, that the Bears has had in 4 months to take this market lower, and they absolutely fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line. Now, yesterday, 3 p.m., that daily candle you see right here was not looking like that. It was looking like a major sell off. However, we went on a massive squeeze yesterday during power hour, much like February 1st, to be honest, which was right here. And that led to, as you saw right here, a massive move to the upside. So, just some crazy movement, big movement. There's just no reason, in my opinion, to be bearish in this market. Every single time we get close to selling off, we just can't do it. There's just not enough there yet to, again, like I said before, markets have to have a reason to sell, but more importantly, they have to have a reason to continue to sell. And just in this current market, there just is not a reason to do that. So today we put in a new demand at 495.3. You can see this was a decent pivot point here for basically going back to the 22nd. We broke through 502. Not only broke through it, but we gapped over it. One of the biggest gaps that we have seen probably in a couple years on the daily time frame here. We didn't quite get to our trend line, but tomorrow 509.7, that's kind of our top resistance. I wonder if we might see a double top and come back down. But really, I'm just looking for some continuation. Now, when we go over to ES, same thing here. We put in a new demand at 49.89. We now have a pretty strong triple demand from 49.60 to 49.89. If we go on any sort of sell-off, this is where we are going to have the most luck at a bounce. We broke through 50.51. So you see this was such a major level here. We very well could come back down. And with this kind of little wick up here, we might see that double top play out back to 50.51 tomorrow. But for the most part, I do expect some upside continuation. Now going over to the Qs are a little different here. So we broke our bull flag to the upside here. We had this massive reversal candle that I was looking at, and this was kind of a fake out right here. So we had this really nice double bottom off 427.3 with this nasty doji reversal candle. However, we ended up gapping down the day before, closing, we actually ended up closing red, but got bought back up, put a new demand in at 424.4, and then gapped up. Anybody that played that double bottom and the gap up that actually came today with a short DTE got burnt. That was a nasty pattern right there that I did not expect us to have a down day yesterday strictly because of that candle. But we barely made it through our double supply of 436.95 and 434.51. We actually gapped up enough here where we actually turned this level into support now. So, I still see a potential, much like what happened right here on the 15th and 16th, where we could double top and come back down to maybe this 434 area. But if not, we're kind of looking at the 440s as our next upside target. Now, the NQ chart is, I think, the most bearish of them all, strictly because we have our double supply at 17,959 to 18,040. You can see we did not get through that level. We were over it really basically till the last 15 minutes, and then we closed under it. There is absolutely a potential double top to drop back down and put in a new supply right here before pushing back down. Realistically, if you look at NQ, dating back to the second when we put this demand in, and this is actually a reconfirmed demand now at 17,581, we have just been in a range for, almost two to 3 weeks now. If you go back to right here on the 19th and you take it a little bit lower to 17,260, we have been in a massive almost month month and a week long range right here. So there's really not a ton of upside movement here. So I am very curious to see how tomorrow plays out. Now, the VIX is kind of interesting here. So, we had a gap up right here, but now we gap back down under that level. Very, very rare pattern to see a gap up and then gap back down under the same level. So you can see again here, though, where did we bounce? Right here at daily 20 EMA support. And not only that, but the VIX opened, I think it was down like 8% or 7%, and then it closed only down about 5%. So the VIX actually held its own. And this is a bit, much like this candle right here, a reversal to the upside candle. Now, looking at the dollar, kind of some goofy movement here. We actually got a new demand at 103.991 here. And you can see we have this massive doji bounce right off our trend line. And that should take us back up into this 104 to 105 area. So, yesterday and kind of the day before, we weren't really seeing congruence between the dollar and the 10-year, or even the dollar and the 10-year with the market. So today we see that again, we barely have a 0.5% drop, while you got NQ up almost 3% and ES up almost 2%. So that does not quite jive very well there. Now, going over to the 10-year, we look like this is our bull flag that is breaking out. So we had this 4.295 to 4.33% triple supply. Right now, it looks like, despite such a massive move up in the markets, that we actually had a green day here on the 10-year, and it looks like the 10-year is going to try to continue to break out. We have had some really nasty auctions lately that have not been very strong for the financial markets. And, I've been talking for a while now that I think our black swan, if it comes, likely is going to be some sort of bank-related black swan. These interest rate bond auctions being as bad as they are, I honestly think that still is likely to be our black swan event. Now, when's that going to come? I have no idea. There still is a growing similarities between the dot-com bubble and the 08 bubble and those market crashes. The more this market progresses, the more and more similar we are getting to that market and that time period. However, again, like I've been saying for weeks now, there is no reason to be a bear in this market until ES is under its daily 20 EMA support and holds the next candle under that. Until that comes, this market will continue to buy the dip. All right, guys, I hope you guys had a good day trading today. I will see you guys tomorrow.